Web development is actually good. It's actually a very skill to have. It's a creative skill. It's very, very creative and very, very lovely. Whereby you use your initiative to create different size web apps and mobile apps and create sweet designs like very, very good design. So to my fellow web developers, keep creating good sites there, keep creating lovely mobile apps and softwares and web design, anything you are creating. And to others, watching these videos, and to the world at large, whoever is not a web developer, you are still a web developer because you create with your brain. It's all about creativity. So keep creating with your brain every single now and then. That's my word to you today. So on Zavi Money channel today, we're going to be, learning something very interesting. So the caption of uh, what we are going to be learning today is called what? Block elements. HTML block elements. Let's log our file. Let's create a new HTML file. We just come to new file, then we create, let's call it a block dot what HTML. Then we click enter on the keyboard, or rather we hit enter on the keyboard. Then we use our shift plus one to insert our doc type HTML and the rest of the basic tags we use. Now let's change the title here. Let me say the title to what we are learning. We are learning HTML block elements is what we are actually learning. So this HTML block elements. Good. Now go into the body. Then we'll talk about HTML block elements. So what are block elements? Block elements, when you hear of that, like the name implies, a block. A block is something solid, like bricks of block they used to build houses. So block elements or HTML block elements is an element that occupies the whole line on our web page. Those elements that stretches to the whole width of our web page. Those elements that occupy the whole available width on our web page, the available width of the line where they are seated on our web page. That's what block elements actually means. So when you talk of block elements, you should know that they occupy the whole line on our web page, and they does what? They occupy as well the available width, that is, beginning from the left of our web page to the right part of our web page. That's the width. That's the width of something actually. So they occupy the whole available width on our web page. Now, having said that, we are going to dive into the practicals. So let's move on to the practical aspect of it, because that is actually our main focus here on these videos. So what do we do? So I'm going to be showing you what various kinds of block elements, HTML block elements. So the first element I'm going to be showing you what now is a div. This is a div. So which we know as a container. We hit enter. Let me do that again in case you didn't catch that. div. We hit enter on the keyboard. Hit enter again. This is more words better for your codes. Now you can put things inside. Let's put things inside. Like maybe we have a p tag inside, and we have something like we are learning. We are learning what? Okay, this is learning HTML block. This is block elements. Now this is what we have. Let's just duplicate that. It's just trying to put something inside div. So let's duplicate that and have like 4 things. So now when I go live now, that is when I run my web page, you know, when I run my codes rather, then you are going to see my web page, and then we quickly do something to that. So you see how there are what block elements. So if I go live now, I'm going live on on my system, then I'm gonna show you my web page. This is my web page. I'm quickly opening my web page right about now. This is my web page. I just opened that HTML block element. So this is my web page. Now everybody can see my web page. Yeah, I've just displayed that to you. So having done that, uh, you can see these HTML block elements. That's the title of our page. That's what we're learning today. We are learning HTML block elements. So now, as a div, because it's a div that's actually carrying these things, good, as a container. So it is actually occupying the whole line, which is what it, helps us structure, the things we have inside it, those other further elements we have inside it on our web page. So it helps us achieve a better structure of our web pages. It explains the structure of our web page better. So such that we can apply different kinds of styles and different types of good designs on the things inside these elements to make our web page look good and welcoming and customer attractive to our customers, whatever purpose you use it for, such that what it has a good user experience with our viewers, or with our users, people who actually want to use our web pages and who visit our websites. So now, to show you that what it is a block element, we are going to be doing a little style on it. We are going to be applying a little style on it. So you see that it is actually occupying the whole line of this place. It is sitting actually. So I just did put this things, the p tag inside, and title we are learning HTML block element just for things to be inside. But actually what we are looking at is the div here. So let me you know add a little style to that. Go back to my VS Code. Okay, guys, go back to my VS Code, and this is what we have. So let me add a border to that. Let me go to the head section and run an inline, rather an internal styling. Let me run internal styling here. So I type style, then I can do this. I can say body, sorry, I can say the div rather, so because that's the only div on my web page, right? So I can do div and enter. Then I can have my curly brackets, hit enter. So what are we doing to this div? Let's give it a border now. So let's say border 1 pixel, solid, black. Then okay, let's make it 2 pixels so that the border is going to appear more in a visual way, so we can see the border better, so we can visualize the border better. Now let's give it a background color, because it's actually the div we are interested in, not the things inside, not what we wrote inside. This we are learning HTML and stuff. So let's give it something everybody can always see. Okay, let's look for red here. Let's give it a red background. Red is very visual. Then we go back to our web browser, which is actually our web page. So we go back to our web page here and check this out. You can see, everybody can see that what the div I have on my web page has actually taken the whole space, or actually took the whole space of where they are sitting. So now, from my left, which my mouse pointer is on now, to my right, everything I apply to it, the two styles I applied to it did what? Did take up the whole line from my left to my right, and it did take the whole width, the whole available width from my left to my right. So first up I gave it what? A border. This is a border. What you know as a border, these lines, this rectangular line covering the border. My mouse pointer is going around it, so you understand what I'm saying better. My mouse pointer is going around it, so this is my border, right? This is my border. Now this is the red background we gave it, the red background color. It has the red background color, so, and it occupies the whole space inside the div, because this is actually a container. That's what a div is. It's a container. It carries other things. It's carrying these things we typed inside. We are leaving the HTML block element. So from my left to my right here, you can see that what? The whole red color didn't stop in the middle, didn't stop here, didn't get to this place and stop. So, but the red color I gave to the background, because I said what? Background color red. It starts from the left and gets to what? The right of my page, thereby occupying what? The whole place that div is sitting. So occupying the whole space on my web page from my left to right. So this is a full line. That's what I mean by a whole line. So a line that runs from left to right, complete. That is what a whole line or a complete line. But let's assume we stopped here, you know, where my mouse pointer is, or maybe in the middle. Then it's no longer a block element, but block elements take charge anywhere they are on our web page. So it's a kind of they are in command of that particular position they are in now on our web page. So that is what block elements are. So it's taking up the whole width. The background color runs throughout from what's left to right. That justifies this as what? Block elements. So I'll be showing you other block elements. Let's go back to my VS Code. Now go to my VS Code, uh, where we have our div elements and every other thing there. So this is what we have. Okay, okay, guys. We already talked about the div tag, right? Good. So now let's give this particular p, because actually the p tag is what is as well uh, the block element. So that's the next block element we're going to be talking about. So the next block element we'll be talking about is the p tag. Let me backspace this and just get it to three places. So we are learning what HTML block elements is now three. So the p tag is another block element or HTML block element we're going to be talking about. So let's do something to that. So we see that it is actually a block element. So we have to justify that. This is what style is an inline styling now. Style we do color, and we do what let's do white, because we actually have a red background. So let's use white, something that can display over the red background, that's over the red color. Now we do the same thing here to the whole of it. Style, color, and what white. We do the same thing to the last one. Style, color, and white. By giving a white color to the text, then that's these p tags, these stuff we wrote, we are learning HTML block elements. So let's check that out, guys. Let's check it out. When we check that out, we have to go back to my web page. Then so this is my web page. Then this is what we have. We are learning HTML block elements now have a color of what? A color of white. Okay, actually let's use a background color for it, because we want it to stretch what to the end. We are trying to prove that it is a what? It is a block element. So visit the VS Code rather. Actually what we should be looking out for is what is the background color, not the color. That's our point of interest. So let's change this actually to what background colors. So we're trying to prove this as a block element. So you see fellas, this is the way it works. So we should do background color, not color. So let's do background color here, background color white for this one too, and then give this other one background color as well. This is what background color of what white. Now, having given this a background color of white, we navigate back to our web page for a quick one so we can see what we actually do have here. So this is our web page for HTML block elements. Now we can see the background color because the background color is the color of our background. The background is a kind of the floor of what our tags or elements. But the color we used previously when we did color, it just applied color to the things we wrote, like we are learning HTML block. So now we change it to what background color white. You can see that each p tag we are learning HTML block elements does what has a background color of white, and then the background color extends from the left where my mouse pointer is now to what to the right of my web page. You can see that clearly. It is just as clear as nothing, and it is just as clear as the fact. So the three p tags does what occupies the whole line it is located on our web page. So this is left to what right. That's how good block elements are. That's the beauty of it. So you can manipulate any style you want, any kind of design you want to apply to this p tag from what here to the right, and that's how beautiful the block elements are and how good they work. So you can tweak other styles to it. But for example sakes, we are using background colors to show you that and the way it works. Now you can as well do what here? You can do other things you want with styles. So let's go back to the VS Code and show you other block elements. So if we go back to my VS Code, uh, then I'll be showing you other block elements. We have other block elements like the H tag. Here we have H1 to 6, right? Yeah, we do have one. So each of the H tags, be it the H1, the H2, or any H you have at all, beginning from the H1 to the H6, they are all what block elements. So you can try that out. This deal with what H3. Let's try out H3. Then what else? We type in something right inside. This is what. Let's type something like this is the H3 tag. Let's do something like this. This is the H3 tag. Then we put what a style to it again. Let's put a style to it, guys. So you just click right inside here. Then you have style. Then you have what background again. Let's use a background color of something that will still show. I think we should target width. We already have white. Let's use width. Width will also display over red. So background color width. Now we check out what our H3. Let's see how she goes. Let me duplicate this. You can do that by pressing what Alt, the Alt key on your keyboard. Then you hold Shift and you duplicate this. So which means I've typed this twice. That's what it means. So let's go back to our web page and then see what we have. So this is our web page. Having navigated back, you can see what we did. This is what we typed. This is the H3 tag. This is the H3 tag. Then you can see the background color we gave to the H3. It runs from what my left to my right. It runs from the left to the right of my web page, just like my cursor is moving on top of it, showing you how it is on the web page here. So this is a color of width. This is white. This is width. Then you see the background color. It occupies what the whole available width of the web page from left to right, showing you that it is what a block element. So it takes up the whole space on the whole line, such that you can manipulate the whole line it is sitting on for it to, assume any design or have any design of your choice. So it helps you structure your web pages better. That's actually the idea of block elements. They don't just occupy the space for no reason but what they are, the best elements, we use, for our web pages. I will give them that block elements. They are just that good. Now, what else? I'll show you, other uh, block elements. I'll show you other examples of block elements. So go back to VS Code and we do that. So I'm back on my VS Code. So the other block elements we have like the header tag. This is the header tag. We also have what we call the footer tag. We have like this. We have the footer tag. So this is as well what uh, a block element. We have other block elements. There are lots of them. So take this as examples and illustrations I've thrown out to you today for you to comprehend and understand what block elements are. So try them out on your VS Code, try them out on your machine, you run it on your web page, then you confirm what I actually did, and various ways you can also use your block elements on your web page. So that's the way it works. Nothing much about that. So that is about the block elements. That's about the block elements, and that's the end of the video, guys. Always watch my videos. Like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. Is at Xavi Money 500 X in capital, M in capital, and go below the description on this video. You will see what my channel name, so you can always, rather my channel link, so you can always subscribe and follow me on my YouTube channel, and you also get to see my social media handles, so you can contact me any day, anytime, for web designs, for websites you want to get. I'm always here. I can deliver. I'm always available to create websites for you. And what else? Any questions you have, web development, I'm always here for you. You are welcome. You can, throw those questions, bunch of them in the comment section. Let's address it, guys. So we are sharing ideas here. Love you guys. I love you guys. Stay tuned to Xavi Money channel. Bye, guys.